the one biggest problem that CYBX solves?
Phishing links, identity risk, confidentiality risk, what is required, what are the types of fraud, we made the police personnel, criminals are smart. They don't want to be detected. Every mobile is now a financial gateway. We monitor more than 90 plus threats on a cell phone. We see a lot of attacks happening. And the senior citizen do your digital arrest from places like Cambodia. Normal insurance rates actually come down on CYBX and makes it very affordable for the common man. They say, I know everything, nothing can happen to me. They disable security for convenience, and that's where they fall prey.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this special Digit podcast. Today we have with us Mr. Neehar Pathare, who's going to be speaking about a very, very interesting new cybersecurity initiative that he's launched. So, Neehar, welcome to Digit and the Zero One Awards.
Thank you.
Great to see you again.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
I saw you right at the launch, right?
Correct.
And it's been a few months now.
correct.
That we have. And yes, the apps are doing great. There's so many feedbacks which coming in, and we are learning, we are improving.
Right.
We'll be releasing the version 2 soon.
Very soon, so soon, within 3 months. Yes, that's amazing. But let's take it to the top, Nihar. People don't know about CyBX and 63 SATs, right? So for a B2B company to suddenly get into B2C, what was the motive? What was the tipping point?
So, we belong to the 63 Moons group, technologies group. And our legacy has been protecting our exchanges, MCX, IEX, Dubai Gold Commodity Exchange, Singapore Mercantile Exchange. And these exchanges, we faced millions of attacks in the past 15, 20 years that we launched. It was my team that we blocked those attacks, and we had zero downtime on any of these exchanges. With that legacy and the vision of our founder, mentor, and coach, Shri Jignesh Shah, he always wanted to protect the common man. And post-COVID, we saw the rise in the entire threat landscape exploding into your cell phones and rampant. Netflix made a series called Zamtar on that. Yeah.
Right.
So he's told me one day that Neehar, we need to do this, and we tried to search. So, but there was nothing available globally, and that is the time when we had to roll up our sleeves and say we need to make a product again. We being a true IP company, we started doing that, and that's how we slowly started integrating what is required, what are the types of fraud. We made the police personnel, we saw the records, what they had, and then we came up with this idea: how do we do this?
Got it. So it required a true Indian problem and needed an Indian solution, so to speak, right? Can you tell our readers and our viewers about what is the one biggest problem that CyBX solves right now?
Phishing links.
Phishing links.
Yeah, actually, we take care of 5 risk. Yeah, your identity risk, your confidentiality risk. We take care of your money risk, and Cybex, if you see, is predominantly we call it like a sniper. Sits silently lying low on your phone, doesn't do much activity, does not need to. It's not a gaming app.
Correct.
Right? So we keep looking for these links that a user clicks, which goes through Cybex. We do not monitor any data. We only monitor threats which are coming. And as soon as they do, you give you an alert that be it on your SMS, your WhatsApp, your email. The moment you click on your cell phone, it goes through Cybex and tells you this is a fraudulent link.
Got it. So the surveillance mode is always on, so to speak, right? The user is always protected.
Yeah, I would not say surveillance in today's time.
My bad. But yeah,
With what's happening.
right. The shield is always on. Let us put it that way. Yeah. Speak a little bit about how CyBX is different from traditional antiviruses, because I come from a time where I used to download antivirus apps on my PC and wait for a virus to come and see whether the antivirus works or not. The threat landscape in the mobile universe, as you rightly said, is different, and the threats are relentless. So how are you guys different from a traditional?
I still remember those days when we used to wait for the digit CD, and we used to test out all the new antivirus that the CD came with. And traditional antivirus are signature based. and they were good for maybe 10 years ago. So when did the last virus attack that you heard anyone talk about? Forget this, even the newspaper talk about. Viruses were notorious. They like to disrupt your data, become a nuisance to you, but not the new attack vector. Now the criminals are smart. They don't want to be detected. They don't want to play with your data. They just want to copy it and use it. And they are using sophisticated tools. AI has been a very big enabler for them. And traditional antivirus are per se, we say, cannot detect what the new age phishing links are, QR codes that are happening. So this is the new age tech. We monitor more than 90 plus threats on a cell phone.
Right. That's amazing. And if I remember correctly from the launch event, one of the biggest USPs of Cybex is you guys have this insurance component built in, right? Which is like a world first. I've never heard of a security app which actually protects people's bank balance, so to speak. Could you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we provide this complete first party based insurance because this is a digital world. Whatever happens, a user can make a mistake. Although cyber protects and alerts, it's still on the user. We don't block anything. We give you an alert. You can still proceed and fall prey. And we see a lot of senior citizens, children, they fall prey to social engineering. And when a crime happens, and money is lost, we need some backup. And this again was a brilliant idea of Mr. Shah, where he said, let's put in the insurance company. It took us quite some time for the underwriters to understand we do a lot of protection so that the rates, not only insurance rates, actually come down on Cybex and makes it very affordable for the common man.
Okay. How much do you guys insure?
So we have 3 packages. So every paid subscriber gets an insurance backing. We start for the lowest, that is 10,000 insurance. That's for the light UPI level users.
Right.
And the package is 999. As we go up, we protect the middle segment, that's around 1 lakh, and that's around 2999. And the highest, the big packages is 10 lakh rupees, which is 4999. And 499 getting insurance for 10 lakh
for
rupees.
10 lakhs is unheard of, right?
Unheard of,
Yeah. Especially for a cybersecurity app.
Absolutely.
So kudos to you and your team here. And I think you guys have truly broken new ground in this space, right? Unheard of, unmatched. And like you said, I think you are working on version 2. So it looks like sleepless nights pretty much, right?
Absolutely.
On the product front. Since you've been in this space for so long, Neha, can you talk about the biggest misconceptions Indians have or any average user has about cybersecurity, like the mindset problem? How do you solve that?
Oh, wow. The biggest misconception, I won't be hacked. I'm too small.
Right.
Yeah. Now the actors do not worry about your size. So if you see, every mobile is now a financial gateway. Everyone has UPI, everyone has a payment gateway, everyone does it right. So you become, and everyone's bank balances are different.
Linked to, yes.
So the attackers are also different. You have large scale attackers which attack, do your digital arrest from places like Cambodia and swipe off your wealth. And then you have your local guys who are still happy with 3,000, 5,000 types of calls. So the entire threat landscape has changed. And that's what we cater to.
That's very interesting. The fact that we think we are not vulnerable is the biggest misconception. That says a lot about just the mindset change that is needed towards cybersecurity.
Yeah, absolutely. If you ask in a crowd, you ask who has not got that call कि आपका mobile bill pending है. Who has not got a digital arrest saying that I am so and so, your courier package has been touched. So everyone has been hit.
Absolutely,
Some people are busy, some people understand, but some fall prey to it.
Right. You touched about senior citizens. Yes. So you want to expand about how different demographics are vulnerable to cybersecurity and cyber attacks rather, and how Cybex.
So we are
secures them.
currently talking also with the defense veterans.
Right.
Yeah, because we see a lot of attacks happening. The senior citizens, because senior citizens are financially stable. They're not like the early teenagers who have money someday they don't have. Senior citizens are quite well do. At the same time, they're socially very easy to convince.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're not as savvy.
Not as savvy and very digitally very naive.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's easy for the these predators to get hold on to them and scare them. And they, with all the experience, very new to digital, the scare is real because these guys run on the emotion and they say that your son would be arrested after you. So to protect that, and in fact, I'll tell you, just a week back, I met a very senior guy, IT guy, and he told me that Nihar, we've been waiting for such an app. His father-in-law was digitally arrested for 45 days and they lost 1.23 CR.
Wow.
Yeah. So the call was full night. He used to go to the bank. He used to transfer the money himself till he. So this is a very large thing. The second demographics, I think, is the tier 2 cities.
Right.
Tier 2 cities, you see the new UPI users coming on board.
For the first time.
Yeah, first time. And they are very not so tech savvy.
Sure.
These guys install a remote app. Yeah, they say बिल नहीं भरा है आपको नहीं दिख रहा है एक मैं ऐप देता हूँ प्लीज इंस्टॉल दिस ऐप और ये ऐप से हम रिमोट से आपको करके देते हैं then they immediately swipe off
Money.
and then the third is the I would say digitally overconfident.
Overconfident, yeah.
This is the new age.
Right.
They say I know everything.
Right.
Nothing can happen to me. And they are very light. They disable security for convenience.
Right.
And that's where they fall prey.
I think during the launch, if I remember, Nihar, you had also spoken about how women are falling prey.
Yes.
And how you saw a spike there.
Yes. So we saw a couple of cases in Pune and of a case in Mumbai when we are talking to Maharashtra police, and we saw that these are suicide cases. When we investigated, they had bought second-hand phones. Yeah. And India being one of the largest market for second-hand phones, the scammers, they install the spyware software on the phone. And if you see, no one formats a phone that you get by courier.
Correct.
Yeah. So this software, it starts clicking photos from the front camera and the rear camera, listens to all your conversations, keeps sending it everything to the hacker. And these guys wait for that moment.
Compromising
Moment. And then they start extortion, which is now getting into, if they're local, it's sextortion. No, it converts to sextortion.
Got it.
And then these teenagers are unable to cope with it because of shame and all, which leads to suicide. That is one of the most important sections that we think we are going to make a difference.
Yeah, I think. And these are, Nihar, silent cases, right? They don't get spoken about.
Yeah, because of
the shame attached to it. So it's important to bring this to light and, highlight as one of the biggest problems that could become even worse. So you spoke about CyBX 2.0 coming. Any hints you want to give us about what new features you're working on?
This is because it's AI. Our core engine is AI. We are adapting as we go. Although most of the features are under the wraps, yeah, till we launch. But we are having a good solution coming up for senior citizens. Yeah, you will be surprised that wow, this is something very exciting that we will be doing.
Very cool. And if I remember, I've used the version 1 app a little bit, and one of the lasting impressions I had was how the UI was very simple and not very overwhelming.
Yes.
Was that a design decision, proactive decision that you guys?
That was a design decision, but we got a lot of feedback.
Right.
Not everyone liked a simple UI.
Right.
People wanted something which you would concise. We had experts them coming in. We had large discussions, meeting, how you would actually feel, how to reduce that click and make it very easy for you to understand.
Yes. All right.
So you'll see the changes
Very soon.
much better, much simpler from here.
Much simpler. Amazing. You touched upon this topic, Nihar. Having a security app on the phone also has a lot of privacy connotations, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you guys balance the both, and what sort of non-negotiables do you put on privacy, user
So
privacy?
privacy is absolutely non-negotiable, and we breathe through it. To that extent that the CYBX app only monitors the links that you click just to check if they are malicious or not. The QR code that you're going to scan. We do not look at the user identity. We do not look at the user data. Absolutely, it's in a quarantine check. To that effect, we got ourselves tested by HTQC labs, and it's a rigorous test, and they certified it as test saying that all the features that are working exactly what we are saying. There is no backdoor.
All right, that's great to know. And the fact that you guys are already on, the Apple iPhone platform,
Yes.
which has its own, strenuous security and privacy guidelines, that speaks volumes. Like if any app has to, a security app has to go on the iPhone, it has to meet even higher standards than I would say like Android at this point in time. So that's amazing. What is your defense strategy against AI-driven cyber threats? Because, like you rightly said, the threats are multiplying at a logarithmic scale. It's not just a simple multiplication. So, how are you and CYBX team gearing themselves up to always stay ahead, always be vigilant when it comes to AI threats?
Simple. One liner, we use better AI than what they use. We have access to better AI. Although their focus is this, but a lot of money does not go in their research, which goes in actual corporate research that we do. And we try and stay a step ahead. Although it's a 24/7, 360 by day thing, and we monitor real-time risk from our cloud and check what's happening globally before it reaches us here in India. So we are quite prepared for those risks coming in here. Yeah, staying ahead of the curve is with AI and with a backup of insurance.
I think that's the cherry on top, I would say.
Yeah, the cherry on top is also one of the features which is mostly it's a threat app, but we also found that confidentiality risk
Right.
is much more,
Correct.
and we got a lot of suggestions, and people appreciated that we also have a phone dialer.
Right.
Yeah, so CyBX to CyBX dialing is encrypted,
Wow.
and we do not allow any local resources to record the call.
Oh, nice.
Because by default, if you see Android, you can enable
Yes.
default recording for all the calls.
All the calls.
And
Correct.
last year, we were saying Apple was secure, and Apple introduced recording. Yeah.
True.
When we said we truly need to have a secure communication,
Right.
so we do not allow any recording apps to that extent that if you even start the speakerphone, the other person on the line would come to know that you have enabled speakerphone with a visual notification and a audio notification.
Wow.
You also detect if you're connected to a car Bluetooth or an Apple AirPod. So you'll say, Neehar, I'm not comfortable on the car.
Right.
There might be somebody sitting with you.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, this just goes to show how deeply you've thought about the end user experience when it comes to privacy, right? That's great to know. Neha, now I want to put you in your crystal gazing hat looking towards the future. What do you see when it comes to mobile threat landscape? First talk about India and also global. Like where do you see the bad guys going and where do you see the good guys like you also catching up?
India is going to explore. Yeah, with AI coming in, everyone's using. The thing is, the bad actors are using AI extensively. Yeah, so if you ask me to do a phishing link simulation, customized phishing link of a digit domain, yeah, it would take me at least 5 to 6 hours. One is to have a lookalike domain booked, and then a customized one. I know your profile. Now with AI coming in, I can put in a list of users with their designations and companies, and gives me in seconds a customized link. So that's very difficult thing. But we staying ahead of the curve, and India is going to explore. We were just talking about the apps getting disappeared from your phone. The future is appless. Yeah, where if you want to order something, why open Zomato, right? You just tell the AI, please order the same pizza from last time. It goes back in the AI cloud, looks at Zomato APIs, call goes in there, orders, and it just sends you tracking. Will be here in 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So most of the apps will start disappearing. Apps came in for a different reason because the entire API ecosystem was not there.
Yeah.
This is how, and globally, I think we are leaders. Yeah, in the digitization area. If you go globally, not so much of UPI is there around. People still use their card, and max they do is use their Apple Watches for payment. But our story is different. The rest of the world will learn from us what we are doing. We have volume and scale. What we do is going to be replicated as UPI is getting replicated globally.
So the weakest link is still the human.
Yes, it is. It is still the human, and you need to take care of that, understanding how a person thinks, and that's how the features what we implement try and help the human take the right decision. Although it could be a very smart person sitting behind and trying to coax you into doing a payment. Like the QR code feature that we have now, we found that after we launched, we had to do some version updates. And these updates, if you go to a shopkeeper, you have this QR code which is pasted on the wall. And you have now people who put their own QR code
On
on
top
top
of
of
it,
it.
yeah.
So shopkeeper, what happens is one payment is received till he blocks it. So you scan it, he would transfer it, and you show him that the speaker does not announce it. There's a argument saying I have transferred. He says I have not received. What we do now is when we scan from CYBX, it reads out the shopkeeper's name,
Oh,
yeah, or whose QR code it is.
attached to it.
So he would hear it from your phone and say, "Oh, this is not mine. This is a deterrent." This is how we are evolving and
Right.
changing a lot of things.
So a lot of merchants will now, become your advocates. Why don't you install CyberX on your phone? That's a great strategy. That's a great strategy. Nihar, in the new year, 2026, what is your message to, viewers of this podcast or just Indians in general? What should they do when it comes to cybersecurity? How do they secure themselves? What is that one thing they need to change in 2026 when it comes to cybersecurity?
See, understanding the human mind, human psychology, people won't change so easily unless you are a part of a digital fraud or a hash. We have seen cases where the person is conned 3 times. Now still they don't learn. Yeah, still they fall prey. So that's the reason we are there. I would say in 2026, Cybex has to be a default de facto app across your cell phones in India to whatever level of insurance you want. And without that, you should not get online.
Perfect. On that note, Nihar, thank you so much for your time
Pleasure.
and sharing your
Thank you so
insights
much.
about cybex and cybersecurity. And thanks for tuning in, guys.